This is Angellic Voice ASMR, and today I've got a bit of a book haul here. These are all books that I have been waiting for a long time to purchase. So, let's just dive right in with the one on top here, and I'll talk about each of them a little bit and why I'm really looking forward to diving into them, if I haven't already. We'll get to that. So this one is Cafe Con Lychee by Emery Lee. Now, as you can see, this is the author of Meet Cute Diary, and Meet Cute Diary is probably one of my favorite releases in the last few years. I love it. It is a fake dating novel, which doesn't sound up my alley usually, but it's very gay, and it's so queer, and it's so cute, and I love it. Says, Theo Mori wants to escape. Leaving Vermont for college means getting away from working at his parents' Asian American cafe and not having to deal with Gabby Moreno, the thorn in Theo's side and the son of his parents' arch rivals. Gabby Moreno is stuck in the closet, forced to hide his love for dance and iced out by Theo, the only openly gay guy at school. Gabby's only reprieve to his plan to take over his parents' Puerto Rican bakery after graduation, but the town's new fusion cafe puts both boys' dreams in jeopardy when Theo and Gabby realize that they need to work together to save their parents' shops. Will the new feelings rising between them be enough to send their plans up in smoke? Now, this is a book that I've been wanting since it first came out in hardcover, but I was only able to get it in paperback just recently, and I am super looking forward to it, because as I mentioned, I absolutely loved Meet Cute Diary. I still reread it every once in a while. I don't have it available to show, but it is great, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Next one is a comic. It is Garlic and the Vampire by Brie Paulson. If you're in the comic scene, you may recognize that name from the popular Patrick the Vampire comic series, the webcomic series. Now, this one says it is, Garlic feels as though she's always doing the wrong thing, no matter how much her friend Carrot and kindly witch Agnes encourage her. Garlic just wants to tend her own garden, where it's nice and safe. But then the village of vegetable people learns that a bloodthirsty vampire may have moved into a nearby castle. They all agree that despite her fear and self-doubt, Garlic is the obvious choice to confront him, and with everyone counting on her, Garlic reluctantly agrees to face the mysterious vampire. With humor, heart, and an unusual heroine with more courage than she realizes, Brie Paulson's debut graphic novel is a farm-fresh take that reminds readers to believe in themselves and that strangers are not always as scary as they might seem. Another one that I have been wanting to get since the release of this book. I finally pulled the trigger at the same time as I bought Cafe Con Lychee. I really like her art style as well. Now, this one is a little bit meta, obviously, because ASMR, right? It's ASMR, The Sleep Revolution by Benjamin Nichols, with a foreword by Dr. Greg Richard. Now, if you're interested in that, an ASMR review of ASMR The Sleep Revolution. It's not been on my radar for as long, but I do want to read up more on ASMR because as an ASMR artist, I think it is a really underrated and interesting phenomenon. So it says, this sleep revolution explains the tingly feeling sending you to sleep. Insomnia distress. People who experience the scalp tickling autonomous sensory meridian response phenomenon claim that it cures their chronic sleep deprivation, ushering in reliable, on-demand tranquility. Amongst a plethora of remedies on pharmacy shelves, ASMR stands out as a natural biological sleep aid that induces deep relaxation using only the mind. ASMR could be your key to what we all desire, a good night's sleep. Emerging from an internet subculture to mainstream conversation, thousands of videos are uploaded each day in attempts of recreating the strange, euphoric feeling in the minds of viewers. Simple actions such as whispering, tapping, and hand movements have the ability to elicit an unparalleled sensation. The book you are holding delves into the booming ASMR community, addressing misconceptions, theorizing origins, and exploring the science behind it. It's time to understand what is so difficult to describe. Understand the mystery that could transform the way you relax and sleep. Head orgasm, roleplays, internet fad, neurological origins, pseudoscience. And then we have the one that I am currently reading. And it is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. Now, this one just released really recently. I found it while out and about, and had to pick it up because I am actually curious as to the representation within this, because one of the main characters, Bradley, has OCD. I have diagnosed OCD as well, if you didn't know. I'm always curious to see how mental health is portrayed, especially in books and in fiction. So this one says, Bradley Graham is pretty much perfect. He's a star football player, manages his OCD well enough, and comes out on top of it in all his classes, except the ones he shares with Celine Bangara. They used to be best friends until Brad decided he was too cool for conspiracy theory obsessed Celine and literally abandoned her for the popular kids' table. At least that's how Celine sees it. These days, Brad hates her guts and the feeling is mutual. So when Celine signs up for a 2-part survival course in the woods, she definitely doesn't expect to find Brad right beside her. Forced to work together for the chance to win the grand prize, Celine and Bradley must trudge through not just mud and dirt, but their messy past. As this adventure brings them closer and they start to remember all the good parts of their history, but as too much time passed, or just enough to spark a whole new kind of relationship. Now, so far, it's pretty good. It's your run-of-the-mill kind of high school romance kind of thing, but it's not bad, and what I've seen so far of the OCD representation is fairly well portrayed, at least comparing to my own experience. I'm just over halfway through at this point. By the time of this video, I will most definitely be done this book. But, yeah, it's pretty good so far. I don't see it turning bad or anything. I think it's probably going to be a recommendation for sure. And next, we have one that has been on my list for the longest time. This book has literally been on my radar since 2020, and I only just picked it up now. in now. It is the illustrated herbiary. Guidance and Rituals from 36 Bewitching Botanicals by Maya Tall, illustrated by Kate O'Hara. Now, this has cards in it as well. It even says includes 36 stunning oracle cards to inspire your meditations. But yeah, so that's kind of what got me interested in it, as well as the illustrations themselves. Because let's just open it up. Like California Poppy Resurrection. Honestly, just these illustrations in the book are so beautiful. And of course the cards themselves, which I have not looked at up until this point, obviously, because they aren't split up, but these cards are what drew me to it as well. They've got beautiful illustrations on the front and back, and when separated, they'll create a wonderful little deck, but I think that'll be another video for another time. There we go. I will go through those in greater detail in a future video, probably. But yeah, that's been on my wish list for the longest time because of the cards and just the beautiful illustration in this hardcover book. There's also one for a bestiary, which I would like to purchase at a later time as well. Perhaps if I really enjoy this. But yeah. Because that and the bestiary were introduced to me at the exact same time. And I found them really, really cool. So let me know if you want to see more from that. And of course, if you want to hear a more in-depth talk about ASMR The Sleep Revolution once I finish reading it, whether you want a review or maybe I could read a couple passages from this, let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this video, as short as it may have been, and as always, I wish you a good